Here is your AI briefing for August 5th, 2026, with 12 stories. Story 1. Workers are wearing cameras to train AI to take their jobs. Thousands of Indian workers are paid to wear smartphone cameras while doing household chores, creating real-world video datasets to train AI robots for safer, more accurate manipulation. These workers earn minimum wage to capture mundane movements that teach robots spatial reasoning. This labor arbitrage allows tech firms to bypass expensive simulation costs while exploiting cheap human data. Crowdsourcing dexterity in India funds Silicon Valley automation, proving the next industrial revolution relies on underpaid human data labor. Story 2. SpaceX has bought $329 million worth of Tesla Megapacks so far this year. These battery systems provide critical backup power for xAI's cluster of supercomputers located in Nevada. The investment ensures uninterrupted operation for training massive artificial intelligence models during potential grid outages. SpaceX buys Megapacks not for grid stability, but to insulate xAI's insatiable compute hunger from Texas's failing infrastructure. Story 3. AMD's data center business is booming while gaming takes a backseat. In its latest earnings, AMD said data center revenue surged to $6.7 billion, up from $5.8 billion in Q1, plus 107% YoY on AI capacity demand, while gaming fell 31%. Data center chip revenue grew 107% year-over-year to $6.7 billion, driven by strong demand for AI accelerators. Meanwhile, gaming segment revenue declined 31%, reflecting weaker consumer spending on consoles and video games. AMD's gaming division bleeds out as the company pivots entirely to AI hardware, abandoning its core consumer identity. Story 4. NVIDIA doesn't mess around. A week after OpenAI Industry Group formed, it's already showing progress. Within a week, NVIDIA's Open Secure AI Alliance, now over 120 companies, has published defense proposals focused on protecting AI agents from misuse. The alliance establishes standardized protocols for AI agent authentication to prevent unauthorized control by malicious actors. These measures aim to reduce the risk of large-scale infrastructure sabotage as AI systems become more autonomous. NVIDIA's 120-member alliance is a lobbying shield, not a security breakthrough, designed to standardize guardrails that protect their hardware monopoly. Story 5. Tinder's new AI feature was so creepy users called it violating. Tinder paused its AI photo enhance after users reported altered teeth and lighter skin tones without consent, sparking a violating backlash and forcing the company to suspend the feature. The algorithm disproportionately lightened skin tones and straightened teeth, altering user appearance without consent. This automated distortion eroded trust in platform authenticity, prompting immediate suspension. Tinder's AI doesn't enhance photos. It enforces racial erasure, proving that unconsented cosmetic surgery is a feature, not a bug. Story 6. Unpacking ChatGPT. Work the agent for a billion users. A reconstructed workflow shows ChatGPT work orchestrating memory, proactivity, scheduling, and tool-using browser actions to drive multi-step tasks beyond basic chat, shifting toward agentic automation for large-scale deployment. The system executes sequential tool calls across external APIs to complete complex objectives autonomously. This infrastructure shift demands new safety protocols for unmonitored multi-step digital actions. ChatGPT work promises agentic automation, but delivers fragile, hallucinating workflows that will inevitably crash your critical business processes. Story 7. Alibaba just gave away its best AI model for free, almost matching Claude and ChatGPT. Alibaba will release Qwen Max public weights next week for free download, giving developers a near ChatGPT Claude alternative, while its own scorecard still shows US models leading on coding. The release of Qwen Max's public weights allows developers to integrate high-performance models directly into local infrastructure without API dependencies. This democratization of advanced AI capabilities challenges proprietary ecosystems by lowering barriers to entry for enterprise-grade machine learning applications. Alibaba offers free weights, but its admission that US models still win on coding reveals the open-source alternative remains second tier for developers. Story 8. OpenAI education plugins move AI from answers to workflows. This transition demands explicit pedagogical redesign, requiring educators to define evaluation rubrics that the AI must adhere to during execution. Students consequently lose passive consumption benefits, gaining instead the cognitive load of debugging complex system interactions. OpenAI shifts the labor burden to teachers, rebranding prompt engineering as a curriculum skill to justify edtech expansion. Story 9. One user, 1 billion affected. Apple's nuclear option against Telegram explained. Apple removed Telegram from all 175 app storefronts after a single user CSAM post, then reinstated it within hours when Telegram moved quickly to address the flagged content. The incident exposed a critical vulnerability in automated content moderation systems where a single flagged item triggered a global app store removal. Telegram's rapid response highlighted the fragility of platform governance when automated safety protocols lack human oversight for immediate false positives. Apple's sudden ban over one post proves App Store policy is arbitrary and reactive, prioritizing PR damage control over consistent user protection. Story 10. Texas halts new data centers as governor calls for audits. Texas paused approvals for new data centers after Governor Greg Abbott ordered audits, citing power supply and grid capacity strain amid developers seeking permits under historically looser rules. The pause affects approximately 130 proposed facilities, halting billions in planned investments while the Texas Public Utility Commission reviews grid resilience. Utilities warn that strict capacity verification could delay critical infrastructure needed for both industrial growth and residential reliability. Texas finally admits its abundant power grid can't support AI's insatiable appetite, proving infrastructure trumps deregulation. Story 11. Google Earth's AI misadventure lasted only a day. It was a tale of dangerous ignorance. Google Earth's AI-generated map imagery went live and then broke trust within a day, after users exposed dangerous inaccuracies rooted in unsafe ignorance about how AI images should be validated. The hallucinated geographic data included non-existent roads and distorted coastlines that persisted until rapid takedown. Google's one-day AI map rollout proves their AI strategy lacks basic safety validation, treating real-world geography as a disposable beta test. Story 12. Apple says more ex-employees may have taken confidential data to OpenAI. Apple expanded its trade secrets case against OpenAI after a new court filing alleged more ex-employees may have retained or accessed confidential data, shifting the focus beyond prior defendants. The filing details specific instances where former staff allegedly retained access to proprietary systems after leaving the company. Apple's lawsuit against OpenAI feels less like IP protection and more like a desperate attempt to weaponize litigation when they can't win on innovation. That is the briefing for today.